Hello, hello. This is Chucky from Collecting for Fun. And to celebrate the Star Wars Day or Star Wars Month, I guess, May the 4th is coming and going. I thought I'd be very cool to show you this really cool piece I have. This is a Mandalorian, The Art of Star Wars, The Mandalorian book. But what makes this special, it is signed by the cast of The Mandalorian. So this is a very cool book here. So let's have a look at the book itself quickly, and then we'll go over the signatures. This is just a lot of the artwork from the first couple seasons of The Mandalorian. You can see a lot of detail, a lot of art, and the book itself is pretty darn impressive. But obviously, I didn't buy it because of the book. Okay, I bought it because of the significance of the signatures in this book. Okay, so we're gonna go over who signed it and who's in it, and then yeah. So let's have a look at this really cool piece here. So on the top here we have Carl Weathers, who recently passed away, and you can see that he wrote down Grief Karga, and so that was one of the main characters of the Mandalorian, and one of our favorite characters that were revisited throughout the series. Next to him, it says, "Take some advice, kid. Make the best deal for yourself and survive." This is from Ming Na Wen, who played Fennec Shand, the bounty hunter, who was also in the episodes with Boba Fett and also in the Book of Boba Fett series as well. Down over here, these were actresses that played the Jawas. And so this is Leilani Shu and Arya Shu. And you can see they have some sayings that the Jawas say, Vitini and Sokana, I think is what it says there. And they play the Jawas. And Ariel, I found out when I was trying to figure out who these signatures belong to, is the daughter of Leilani. So that's kind of interesting that the two actresses are mother-daughter and that played the Jawas. Now over here we have IG11, and so we have two different signatures over here. One here that is a signature of Rio Hackford, who played the motion capture for IG11, and that scribble there is the signature of Taiki Watiti, the director for the third and fourth Thor movies, but he also did the voice for IG11 there. So, and also on page one of this book that we have here, we have Amy Sedaris, who played Pili Moto, the mechanic that helped fix up the Mandalorian ship when it got stranded on I think it was Tatooine. I'm not sure. I can't remember wherever he had to go hunt down Fennec Shand. That's where that is. And then we also have uh, this is a signature from D. Bradley Baker, and he does a lot of voice acting, and I believe for the Mandalorian he voiced the Frog Lady. So I guess he must have been there, and that's where that is because that's a pretty obscure character for the Mandalorian show. So that is all of those on page one. Okay, and so on page two we have some more. Obviously, we have Emily Swallow, who plays the armorer. This is the way. This is the armorer right there. And over here uh, we have Gina Carano, who played Cara Dune. It says, "I'm shooting my way out of here." And she was unfortunately ostracized from the Mandalorian season 3. Hopefully she makes her way back, but obviously she's in a lawsuit with Disney right now, so I don't know how that's going to go. But we certainly, as a Mandalorian fan, I certainly miss her character in the show. Below that, my friends, is Pedro Pascal's signature. He plays the Mandalorian himself. Unfortunately, he didn't write down the Mandalorian, so I had to look up which one is Pedro's signature. There it is. That's Pedro's signature right there. And then over here, we have Boba Fett himself. We have Timuro Morrison from New Zealand. And it says here, I believe it says, I'm a simple man, I think. It doesn't look like man, but that's the only quote that I found that was even close to what he said in the show. So that's Boba Fett's signature, Timuro Morrison. Over here, we have Katie Sackhoff for Bo Katan, who featured in Mandalorian season 2, but featured very prominently in season 3. And then this signature, I cannot make out who it is. I don't know if that's Stephen Blum, who did some voice characters in there, or that's someone else. I cannot make out who that is. So if you know whose signature that is, please let me know because it's driving me crazy. I tried to figure out who it is. I could not figure out for the life of me who that was. Below that is the actor who plays Paz Vizala, uh, or Visla, I mean, and that is Tate Fletcher. I'm not too familiar with his other work, but that's who he played there. And this one, I had to figure out who that was, and that actually is one of my favorite guys. That is Paul Sung Hong Lee, who plays Carson Tiva in The Mandalorian, but he plays Appa in Kim's Convenience. So that is his very simple signature right there. So that is, my friend, a bunch of the signatures from The Mandalorian. And unfortunately, we do have some more. So we're going to page 3 of signatures. So this is quite pretty neat. There's a lot of signatures on here. So yeah, it's pretty neat to have all these. I do not know if that's a signature or scribble. I don't know what that is. So again, if that is a signature, please let me know who that is because I have no idea. And it could be just someone just testing the pen out. I really don't know. But anyways, here we got a friendly piece of advice. Assume that I know everything, and that, my friend, is from Giancarlo Esposito, who, of course, plays Moff Gideon, and he had a lot of space. There's Giancarlo Esposito's signature, and that's where he wrote Moff Gideon. Um, Now, this signature. It took me a while to figure out who that was. That is from Chris Bartlett, and he plays a couple characters throughout the Star Wars universe and a couple of droids. I believe he played Q90, which was the bounty hunter droid in one of that episodes where Mando had to help break out some people out of prison, or one person out of prison, and ended up being betrayed by them, and he locked them up instead. And also in the same episode is this fellow here. That's Bill Burr's signature, and he played Mayfield, Miggs Mayfield, and he also returned in one of the other episodes in season 2 to help the Mandalorian. And so that's Bill Burr's signature right there. And who else is on this one? And last but not least, we have I Have Spoken Cool or Quill, and this is the performance artist right there, and that is Misty Rosas, and then we have Nick Nolte's signature right underneath there, and then we got a beautiful artwork of the Mandalorian right next to it. So again, this book has a lot of cool things. So on by itself, this is a pretty cool piece to have if you love the Mandalorian. But again, I bought it because of the art, not because of the artwork, but I bought it because of the signatures that makes this thing so special and collectible as a Mandalorian fan. And so, yeah, so there you go, guys. There's no more signatures on this, but again, pretty cool collection. A lot of our favorites from the Mandalorian series, and especially all the main characters are on here. So that is fantastic. So I hope you enjoyed this video. It's a very cool piece from my collection. As you know, I am quite a collector. And so, if you like seeing more of these signature pieces, let me know, and we will certainly post more videos. Um, and, and that'll help me kind of curate more content for you guys that you want to see more of. So, thank you so much for watching. This is Chucky from Collecting for Fun. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like and subscribe button, especially if you haven't subscribed. We are trying to get to 1,000, and your help is definitely appreciated. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Take care. Bye.